Pretty much every single thing that I do every day reminds me of my dad. Families always have their differences, the old man and a kid. But I think he'd be pretty proud of what we're doing today. There's always a faster way. Today's mechanism. The problem that they have with things like that is that we're still working with a cow. And just like people, every cow's a little different. Every piece of leather is a little different. So when you have a laser guided template that's cutting on a half of a cowhide, and she's got a wire scratch that come across her rib when she was a yearling, that's where the Craftsman comes in. Where when you're cutting a pattern by hand, you can maybe lay that pattern right on the line, cut right on that wire scratch, and nobody will ever know it was ever there. All the old timers that were around with my dad, I can tell you 2 or 3 that are left. And they're still pounding away at it, but they're getting up in their 80s. And this business is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I mean, you have to really love to do it. And if you love to do it, you'll be good at it. And hopefully, between being good at it and loving to do it, you get paid. I am still learning, and I learn every day. And one of my dad's philosophy was that every piece you build should be better than the last. And I've known craftsmen that I could look at something they built yesterday and something they built 20 years ago and it hasn't changed. And I think that when I get to that point, I think I'll quit because I really enjoy what I do and I want to make it better. When you finish something, it doesn't matter what it is, and you're proud of what you put your name on and you make a customer happy and they come back, that's what's in it for me. Of course, I'd always like to make more money, but if I can make a living and have a good customer base and they keep coming back, I think that's satisfaction. There's always bad days, Today, the way the economy is, I mean, we're struggling like everybody. People are just not spending money like they used to. I don't know what else I would do. I really love what I do, so can't imagine not doing anything else. This sewing machine here will sew through a half-inch piece of plywood. A needle shattering, it can be dangerous. Jesus has been really good. Hasn't cut himself in a long time, so knock on wood. The knives that we use are very sharp. And actually, I cut a hunk out of my little finger the other day with a pair of nippers that I wasn't paying attention to. There's 40 hours into building a saddle, untooled. So tooling it's going to add another 25 to 30 hours. And sometimes if a job's not maybe going the way you'd want it to, or it's just taking longer than normal, I get tired of things, sick of things. And then you get the saddle done and you look at it and you think, wow, that's a pretty good job. And then you see it 20 years later and you think, wow, what a nice job. I have twin boys, Jim and Jake. They're 7. They're already starting to do a little leather work. Jake is really into drawing on leather, and I'll find a piece of leather that he'll scratched on and kind of looks like an acorn leaf and kind of makes you kind of proud.